All right, here we go, folks. Invocation,
Yes.
Mr. Page.
Good evening, everybody. So in a few weeks, we have several hundred students who will be graduating from our district. And as a very proud Penwood alumni and a parent of this district, this is the work that we're working for, right? So every meeting, every home and school meeting, every deliberation, every hiring of a teacher, every sick day, we're working for this specific day, for our high school seniors to be able to leave us better off than when they got here. So I just want us to take a second and reflect and be thankful and pray as hard as possible for these students who are leaving the tent and going off and hoping that they can represent Penwood Patriot Pride. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Page. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Cuff, roll call, please.
Mrs. Fitty?
Here.
Mrs. Hummel?
Here.
Ms. Boynton?
Present.
Mr. Wright?
Here.
Mr. Cade?
I'm here.
Ms. Howe?
Here.
Ms. McClure?
Here.
We have 6 board members present and 1 student representative present as well.
Thank you.
I would like to make a motion to move up some motions earlier in the agenda since we have a few sick board members today. I'd like to move the whole budget and finance section up since it contains some pretty important motions.
Also property.
And property, yes.
Okay, so the motion to.
Budget and property, or just the budget?
Budget and property.
Budget and property.
I second that.
Thank you.
All those, any questions from the Board of School Directors? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Great. So now I have to take questions from the public on budget agenda items and property agenda items. Anybody? Nobody? All right, hearing none, we can move ahead. Mr. Cave, can you do budget, please?
Yes, E1 is our treasurer's report, E2 is our list of bills, E3 is the adoption of the 16-17 proposed final budget. I will take a second to read it, just so we have it on front of us. Section 687A1 of the Pennsylvania School Code states that the Board of Directors shall adopt the proposed final budget no later than 30 days prior to final adoption. The Williams County School District Board of Directors has reviewed the 16-17 proposed final budget totaling $94,026,464, and the motion is to adopt the 16-17 proposed final budget.
Great. Any questions? May I have a second? Any questions from the Board of School Directors? May I have a second, please?
Second.
Any questions from anyone? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay. Passes. Property. D1, Penwood High School Cypress Street Campus. I'm asking for option B, which is the terrazzo, noting that this project is on budget, and that's what we did on the main floor.
I make that motion?
Second.
Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors?
So the motion is motion B.
Motion B. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? There we go. Thank you very much. We will now return to our previously scheduled show.
Feel better now.
Yeah, feel better now, thank you. All right. My turn. Who's going to drive the thing for me today? Come on. Thank you. Thank you for being willing. School board celebrations. There are a lot of them. It's always a challenge to pick them because they don't want me to go on forever. Is that the first one? So this is Careers Through Culinary Arts Competition Scholarship winners. Miss Evans won a $2,500 scholarship in knife skills. Miss Reardon, $2,500 in pastry arts cake decorating. And bronze for food innovations for Miss Grant. Miss Murray won a $1,500 scholarship award. Also, thank you very much, folks. That is fabulous, right? This is VOTEC at its best. The art show, if you missed it, it was fabulous. Congratulations to Stephanie Neal and Kay Lord and all of our student artists for presenting a fabulous art show. And sorry for misspelling your name, Miss Neal. If you missed any of the concerts, right? There's one left, Walnut on Thursday. But if you missed any of the choir, jazz, or band concerts, the children were fabulous. The staff was fabulous. They were well attended. We've had, in May, we've had the high school, the middle school, Ardmore Elementary, and Bell, and Walnut's the last one. So congratulations to everyone. And our choir's coming right along. Look for the Marching Patriots. That's our new logo. At Memorial Day in Lansdowne and at the 4th of July and at Flag Day in Yaden. So when you see your band, please let them know you're in the crowd, okay? Congratulations to Miss Fink, who was a teacher all-star for the Phillies. They picked 10. She was one of them. If you don't know Miss Fink, she comes from the land of showing up. She's on the tech committee. And she is a pretty fabulous lady. She also got the Kindles from Penwood Foundation, and her kids are doing Instagram posts in kindergarten.
Bye-bye. I'm sorry to interrupt you, I must leave.
Okay. Thank you.
Marion,
Thank you.
are you leaving for the night?
Yes.
Excuse me, sir, yes, I have to leave.
Okay, thank you.
So we can't pass anything.
That's correct, we have no quorum.
But you have
I understand.
It's fine.
It is
Just
what it
go.
is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
if I was sick, I'd put a bucket next to me, but this is.
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations, Anon, Penwood Rotary Student of the Year. There's that's our happy Penwood family and his mom. Yeah, he's a great student, he's a great guy. All right, you're a little fast there. I like to dwell along. It's a double. The girls and boys track team won District 1 track championships this weekend. They just keep on winning. We will honor them and their coaches in our June meeting, so do come along. It'll probably take us most of the month to come up with all their winnings this year and in the past 7 years. Thank you. Park Lane Dancers, so exciting. So they're going on to the championships. They won in their semifinals. If you have not seen them, you've missed it, but they are fabulous, so we're very excited for them to be in the finals on June 4th. Here is our Student Star, Delaware County Magazine. Acknowledge Ms. Rojas for her awesomeness. She's going to school for art, and we're super excited for her. And congratulations to Clarissa, winner of the Greater Philadelphia Tuskegee Airman Essay Contest. That got her $1,500 and a lot of pride. Correct, Mr. Ray?
A lot.
A lot of
Our
pride.
confidence level is so high now, it's unbelievable.
Great, great. All right, so last day of school is June 13th, graduation is June 14th, and just so we don't rest, first day of school is September 6th. Special sneak peek days are for the secondary schools August 31st, and elementary school September 1st. So do your packets, and we'll see you again in September. Also, remember to like us on Facebook. We're up to 732. We're going to get to 1,000 by July 1st. And use our hashtags, We Are Penwood and We Are All Patriots when talking. If you need me, you know how to get me. Don't be shy.
We can literally do no motion items on
Okay.
We can do informational.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're good. Thank you. Yeah, you can shut that right off. Great. So we do not have a quorum tonight, so we will be having a fun informational meeting, but we will proceed ahead. Superintendent's report.
Nurse Boyle, you can put her.
Oh yeah, Nurse Boyle, come on up.
Uh-oh.
Come on up, Miss Boyle.
You're not
I
in
can
trouble.
stand in the back and hide. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Whenever I hear my name, I get a little nervous.
We all do.
I know. Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you go over there and sit down?
And sit down, thank
Sit
you.
down.
Make us a quorum.
Yeah, make us a quorum. You don't live in our neighborhood. Okay, so what are you here to talk about today?
Okay, I am here to talk about Strategic National Stockpile. We might not all remember it, but back in H1N1 land, we had a Strategic National Stockpile activated where we did a flu clinic and we immunized as many of our community as we could for H1N1. The Strategic National Stockpile started in 1998 with the CDC. They were set up to acquire pharmaceuticals and stockpile things if needed for a public health emergency, a terrorist attack, a flu outbreak, earthquake, etc., that were severe enough to cause local supplies to run out. So our government set this up, and in 2003, the CDC took over, and we had this great opportunity. In Delaware County, all school districts are Strategic National Stockpile pods, which is that if there is any kind of a public health emergency, each school district will supply within 48 hours all of the needed supplies or medication for the community that is in that area. So we started with H1N1. We were one of the first school districts to actually practice our pod with H1N1. We are in our 5-year cycle, and now it is time for us to practice it again to show the government that we have not forgotten all of our fabulous skills. So what we will be doing on June 23rd with Wilbur Wolf, Delaware County Council, and the public health authorities in Delaware County with the Strategic National Stockpile Planning Group be doing a practice, we call that a pod exercise. Each school district in Delaware County, that is 16 in total schools, but 15 school districts, have a pod. Every school district is responsible for an area that we will provide our community with medication and supplies if needed. So we have been asked to stage an exercise to rehearse what will happen in the case of a public health emergency again. So June 23rd, our school district will have this exercise, along with Chester Upland School District will also, and Upper Darby will also be doing something.
So what do you need?
In order to do this, we need volunteers who will help the planning and distribution, supplies and medications. What we need is anyone who has any medical knowledge, any extra language knowledge, because in our last pod we were asked to provide more translators in case of the need be, and anyone who just would like to volunteer to help us with moving people along, facilities, setting up, breaking down, anything like that. So on June 23rd, we will have this starting at 8 a.m., ending at 2 p.m.
And if they want to volunteer?
And if they want to volunteer, there are sheets in the back, along with this wonderful description of what we're doing, that you can pick one up, fill it out, and drop it back off here, or send it into one of the schools. It will come back to me, any school that you're in the district, it will come back to me. And on the 23rd, we will start. We will provide any education or training that you need for that day. On that day, you'll be set up. And if you like it so much, you want to do it again, you can sign up to be a volunteer in need, if need be, for us in the future.
So you need medical-related folks that have skills?
Anybody, like the Medical Reserve Corps, anybody who has medical knowledge at all, pharmacists, nurses, EMTs, paramedics. Anyone who doesn't have any medical knowledge but is willing to come and help us to get people in and out of the door, work them through the lines, because we will have a line starting at the front door of the school, leaving through the back of the gym as a practice. And so we have anybody who wants to help. We will also have counselors. We will have facilities people who can set up and break down. And it will be a very interesting and fun day. And it will provide for our community what we need if the need arises.
And this could be community service for students also.
This is absolutely community service. Anyone who's in the police new training cadets, we have several police cadets that are signing up to help us out.
Great.
So anyone, students who need their community service can sign up. Any parents that want to be with students who need their community service can sign up. It is truly a community event, so that if something happens, we are ready. And know that if something happens, I will still be here, even though I don't live in this community. This is my pod, so I will be here. So if anyone is interested, there are description sheets over there and sign-up sheets over there.
Can we post that on the website tomorrow morning?
We can get that posted.
Great. And Dr. Bruno?
And just for point of clarification,
Right.
POD stands for Point of Distribution,
I'm sorry.
which means that the high school is the place where we distribute the services or the supplies that are needed by the community.
Great. Let's get that form up in the morning. We're all set. Thank you. Thank you, Nurse Boyle.
Thank you, Nurse Boyle.
You're no longer a quorum.
We weren't with you there. All right. Superintendent's report. Your turn.
Okay, good evening. I have determined that being superintendent is like being in a marriage, for better or for worse. It's been a trying few weeks, but I want to focus on the better. And a lot of the things that I will mention are some of the things that Mrs. Hawk brought out in our celebrations. I have attended several wonderful events since our last meeting. The high school spring band concert, the Rotary Club luncheon, the district-wide home and school parent meeting with 17 parents in attendance. And be sure to ask any of those parents about the Love It or List It activity we completed with them.
It's fabulous.
The elementary band and chorus concert, and Kenwood High School art show. Our students have many talents to be shared, and I appreciate our staff members that are willing to support them. Keystone testing will be completed this week. This means that all testing will be completed for the spring of 2016, and now we just have to wait for our results. We've also started the process of interviewing for our administrative openings in the middle and elementary school. Our first round of interview for middle was held last week on Wednesday and Thursday afternoon. We will begin the first rounds for elementary this week. Once the central administration has identified 2 or 3 folks they would like to bring back for the second round of interviews, we will invite board members, parents, staff, and students to participate. I would also like to encourage the community, to come out this Wednesday night, May the 25th, to hear the plans we have for the 9th graders next school year. There will also be a parent meeting on June 1st for the parents of upcoming 8th graders. Graduation was noted. All of our schools will be having some type of move up or graduation. Please make sure you reach out to your school to determine the date so that you can be in attendance. Thank you for your continued support in our endeavors in the William Penn School District. I appreciate your attendance and viewing of our meetings. Last week, when I was at my grandson's last baseball game, a child walked up to me and said, "Are you famous? Because I saw you on TV."
They're watching us.
Yes,
Oh, no. Thank you, Jane. We can't get out of this marriage. All right, here we go. May I have a motion to approve these?
No.
No, you may not.
You may not vote on anything.
Ms. Makova, do you have anything to share this evening?
Just like a summary of what's.
Go for it.
So, Keystones, everyone's happy that they're over because they felt like they took forever.
So are we.
Yeah. The 4th quarter projects are due or almost due, May or June, early June. There's an award ceremony at the end of this month, and students are ready for school to close.
It's the award ceremony. What's the award ceremony for?
At the end of,
It's the academic honors.
yeah, they're gonna give awards to, I guess, students who achieved something during the academic school year.
Right.
Can we get a date?
Yeah, it's been in our thing. It's,
May 30th?
May 31st.
31st.
and it's at 7 o'clock at Green, right across the street. And it will, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, English, math, history, the arts all give out their top departmental awards, honorable mentions, and the top kids. 7 o'clock at night. It's really nice. I've been a couple times. Anything else?
No.
All right, no special awards tonight, but we will have a bevy of special awards next month. We also have the Public Interest Law Center.
Yep.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Public Interest Law Center.
Education Law Center.
Education Law Center, see, I knew I had some words messed up. Coming to our next meeting to talk about funding schools in Pennsylvania. You're leaving too?
Yep, sorry.
Everybody feeling sick,
You know,
that's it. I'm out of here. Mike to her. And so come next June and hear about funding in Pennsylvania, so you don't think we're making it up. All right, public comments regarding agenda items.
There's no agenda.
Well, that's all right. You
That's
can still
okay.
entertain public comment.
Thank you, Dr. Bruno. Everybody's funny today. I don't understand. Anybody? Yes?
I just had a
Ms.
question
Smith.
about about the sneak peek day.
Yep,
There's one day for the high school, both campuses.
yep. Times to follow.
Okay.
All right? Anybody else? Nobody? Come on, people. All right. Well, thank you. Any communications, Mr. Cuff?
There are no communications.
Thank you.
You could do the community
Well,
relations.
yeah,
if you want.
we'll read everything, since we're all in the same room. Community relations, since everyone left, I'll read it. 2 Penwood High School students completed Villanova's Engineering, Science, and Technology Academy. Hats off to Jamira Miller and Antoine Morris were accepted into the Villanova Engineering, Science, and Technology Enrichment and Development Vested Academy. You can read the rest, but congratulations to those kids and their families and their communities. Delaware County Technical High School Competition and Scholarship winners. We talked about them earlier, and they did great. I won't make any jokes about the knife skills, because I can't. Lance on Upper Darby Rotary Student of the Year and on merit, congratulations to your family too. 40th Annual Delaware County All-Star Hero Ball. Congratulations to Miss Calvin and our students that will be playing on June 2nd. Do buy a ticket and go if you like so inclined. Volunteer recognition. We have 159 volunteers recognized this year. They all received a certificate and a token of appreciation in the mail. We would not be able to do what we do without our volunteers. So thank you. Thanks to Pam for coordinating the whole thing. And Ms. Bookman, sorry. And Mrs. Bookman.
Still Pam.
Okay. And thank you to the volunteers. It's a really important service that you provide for us. And like I said, we could not do half the things we get done without you. So next year, we're going to have 200, and we'll add 50 a year. And Pam's like, woo! Free summer meals for children. Ardmore Avenue, Bell Avenue, Walnut Street, and Penwood Middle School will be having free meals. Breakfast from 8 to 9 o'clock, lunch to 11 to 12. It's open to anyone that lives in our district, 18 and under. You do not have to go to our district. If you are hungry and you want to eat with your friends, please come and eat, okay? Summer office hours, Monday, June 27th through Friday, August 19th. We will be closed. We will be open from 7:30 to 4:45, and on Fridays we will be closed. So don't come knocking on Fridays. Exciting. East Lansdowne teacher selected Phillies Teacher All-Star. Miss Fink, kindergarten teacher in Lansdowne, was selected as the 2016 Phillies Teacher All-Star by the Philadelphia Phillies Major League Baseball organization, the if you don't know who they are. Sorry. She was nominated by Ms. Stajeski, which is a teacher in her building. The Phillies only picked 10 teachers from this whole area. I said it before and I'll say it again, Ms. Fink is awesome. She serves on the technology committee. She has her kindergartners working with Kindles and posting on Instagram. She is in it to win it. She's also received a couple of grants for her classroom. She regularly applies for grants. So thank you, Ms. Fink. You are awesome. Oh, that's all. Any questions? Sir?
Last couple of weeks, I had the pleasure of attending the Penn Relay, and the pleasure was I went down with the middle school, and it was 65 students going to the Penn Relay to support our high school students who ran that day. And I thought it was just great how well supported it was of the team and their overall behavior, and that's why I believe that it's going to continue, that we'll still have a world-class track team, because I did see some future stars. I figured that should have been enough, but it wasn't. They asked me to attend the middle school track championship at Springfield High School that also took place there. I did see some future stars. As a matter of fact, I even learned something my first time knowing that they have races according to how much you weigh. So I thought that was unique. Someone who was 105 or 115. And that might have been a good idea because some of those kids were fast. And so whether or not they compete against somebody who might be bigger or larger or stronger. So it was a real good, fun day. I think, take the hats off to the middle school track coaches and parents who helped volunteer. Then I attended, over the weekends, I attended the high school in the District 1 championship that took place at Coatesville. It was a new experience for some of our runners who were new, and our young men and women completed well. Just about all the runners who participated qualified with the exception of 2, but that was okay because one of them was a 9th grader, so they are the future. So this weekend they will be participating and qualified for the state championship, will take place in Shippensburg. And finally, the middle school, what I always look forward to, will have a banquet Thursday at the Oaks Ballroom.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Ray.
Well, I had something else.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I have Ying NAACP in Bando is going to hold a business affair, solution affair, that's going to take place July the 16th. So I'll just like to pass it.
Great, absolutely. And make sure Ms. Bookman gets one too. Great, thank you. Anybody else? All right, Education Committee, Mr. Ray, you're up again.
Okay, B1, homebound instruction, B2, termination of homebound instruction, B3, Holcomb Behavioral Health System 2016-2017 contract for SAP service, B4, agreement with Child Guidance Resource Center, B5, agreement for human growth development educational service for special education students, B6, Evo Healthcare Associate 2016-17 agreement for services, B7, 2016 summer program for students, and B8, East Lansdowne Elementary School 6th grade student trip to the Shimmery Shore Picnic Park. And we will be holding, Tuesday now, we will hold an education meeting Wednesday the 25th, 6:30, and only topic would be the 9th grade academy. I hope everybody could attend.
So all this gets moved forward to next month, correct?
Every item, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but we still are gonna sort of move things along. We can't hold these negotiations. There's the class trip is on Friday or Thursday. So we'll approve some of this retroactively?
Yeah.
Okay. Just as
Yeah.
long as we're all clear.
Can I get on the phone tomorrow and get that class trip? Do I have to get on the phone tomorrow?
Can we advertise Wednesday's meeting as a voting meeting and pass the trip at that point?
We don't probably have enough time to advertise.
Yeah.
Not for Wednesday.
We'll talk tomorrow.
I don't know if everybody's aware of why.
What? Oh,
Not
so
everybody's aware of why.
anyone that entered late, we don't have a quorum tonight.
Do you expect a quorum?
A quorum means how many people?
Five.
In
Five.
this case, five.
Five, you have to, more than half to have a quorum. We had 2 folks leave sick. And we have 2 more home sick. So overall, not feeling really well. But we proceed ahead.
Oh, yeah, skip B, non-school improvement plan.
Right, okay. So we won't be voting on anything, we'll be talking about it. Anything that we need to vote on, we did budget and property before the 2 sick folks left. And the rest of it will be pushed forward. We will handle the class trip tomorrow, it will be fun. All right?
If we have any public meetings after this week, could we advertise as a public meeting and then if possible do this
Yeah.
agenda?
So
Yeah.
I think the earliest meeting will be either. the
20th. Oh, the budget meeting.
Budget and
Budget
finance.
meeting, in June, which I think is the earliest.
Yeah, let's make that budget meeting a voting meeting.
Let's do that, and then we can move everything forward then.
Right,
The one after that would be the committee meeting of the whole on the 20th.
Right.
Do that.
right,
If we don't have a quorum at the budget meeting, then we'll have to do
Correct.
it on that.
right.
Okay.
Ms. Hummel, personnel.
All right, nothing has changed from the last week. Let's see. Retirement, C1, resignation, C2, appointment, C3, leaves of absence, C4, changes in assignment, C5, years of recognition of service years, C6, and then additions from the committee meeting, since the committee meeting, C7, resignation, C8, appointments, C8 appointments, that's it. So we'll vote on that at the next earliest possible time.
So, anybody have any questions? I'd like to pull attention to C6, page 15. There are some awesome folks on this list. We would not be our district without our volunteers, and then with the folks that stay with us for a long time. Allison Moret, Marianne Dykowitz, Karen Gardner, Michelle McGarvey, Janet Moody, Carla Williams, Susan Powell, Jacqueline Young, Karen Barron-Hill, Kim Brown, Frank Bruno, Yvette Calvin, Paula Miller, Aaron Slimebach, Marianne Thompson, Lynn Washington, Joseph Williams, and Ava Williams. I just read to 20 years, no disrespect to those underneath, but if I read too much, this table gets a little upset. But anyway, I cannot say enough for folks that stay and fight the good fight with us and stay here for the kids. There are some amazing folks on this list. Some you can't believe have been here so long already. And we are very appreciative of their service. All right. All right, we did property. Oh, policy. And since none of them are here, sorry, second reading, we can't vote on this. Okay, so second readings of the policies, they're on our website. If you're interested, please go take a look. There's a lot of them. There'll be more coming as a modern day school system, policies always change. So take a look. I will call your attention to the new business on the back that we will not be able to vote on either. My, this is a different meeting, isn't it? 8:05. This is, well, you can read it, but it's authorization for legal representation, us versus the charter schools, what's new. But it's not us, it's all of us, all districts. 35 districts versus the charter schools. Okay. Solicitor's report?
We did have an executive session to discuss one personnel matter and one matter of potential litigation involving Bishop Academy.
Thank you. Any old business?
There is no business.
Any new business? I read it already. I always do that, don't I?
We'll have old business next week.
Yeah, we'll have old business next week. Mr. Wright, report from Delaware County Community College?
Only thing I have to add for Delaware County Community College, unless it have already been stated, Dr. Parker will be retiring next year. This will be his last year and the council would be in agreement to solicit national search for his replacement. Many of us is going to miss him. He's been an exemplary leader for Delaware County Community College. He's been an innovator, and he pretty much put Delaware County Community College on the map. So
Great.
we're all going to miss him.
All right, thanks, Mr. Wright. Mr. Burrell is on a 10-year honeymoon. Sorry, I was jealous, I had to say it. Mr. Cave, Delaware County Legislative Council?
Sun's still out. It's usually not out when I get in this report, but
Don't make the sun go down.
there's been a lot of legislative activity over the past week or so. First of all, before I do get into it, about 2 years ago, I guess when I first got on the school board, Charlotte suggested that I join, take her spot on the monthly legislative council meeting. It's held in Morton every second Wednesday, first thing in the morning. And I gotta be honest with you, it's been one of the best suggestions anybody has ever had. The amount of knowledge and insight that I've gained from this committee has been extraordinary, and it's one of my favorite things to do every month. It really, really
It
is.
would be mine if it weren't 7:30 in the morning.
It's a great group. There are representatives from every school district in Delaware County. We meet and really just talk about the upcoming legislation. Any tech geeks, any iPhone folks, if you get a second, you have to get the Vote Spotter app. Vote Spotter, ask your address and things like that, but it'll link you to your legislators, your federal and state legislators, and it'll literally update you to the vote every time they vote on something.
That's awesome.
It's the coolest thing. It's the only thing I've been doing for the last 3 days.
It's the new Facebook, right?
It's the legislative Facebook, and I swear to you, and it lets you, it tells you the bill, for example, the bill that they voted on today or whatever.
How did that go?
What'd you say?
How did the vote go today?
I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. It literally lets you say, yeah, I agree with that, or you don't. And it lets you get some feedback on how other people that are a part of this ad also agreed or didn't agree. Anyway, you'll thank me later. Friday the 20th, Jennifer and I had the pleasure of attending the legislative breakfast at the DCIU, and it was well attended this year.
It was?
We were able to honor State Rep Bill Adolph and his history of supporting public education. It was also attended by many of our senators. Well, Senator McGarrigle attended. State Reps Joanna McClinton and State Rep Jamie Santora attended. And representatives from State Rep Margo Davidson's office, as well as representatives from Senator Williams' office. But it was well attended, a lot of good insight. Recent legislation, so let's talk about, first of all, House Bill 791, which I thought was really interesting. And when we talk about volunteerism today, this passed almost unanimously in the House, House Bill 791. It allows tax credits for those 60 and older who want to volunteer in our public schools. It allows school districts to reduce property taxes for anyone 60 years or older who would choose to volunteer in our schools, which I think that's great. We talk a lot about what we can do as a community of education, and bringing amazing people back into our schools who want to help out in any way, and they get a little something out of it. That's a win-win. House Bill 805, a little bit more controversial. It is known as the furlough bill, which allows school districts to furlough senior tenured teachers due to financial constraints. This was passed in the House and the Senate, and though vetoed by Governor Wolf. And he has toed the line on that. He's faced a lot of criticism, and depending on what side of that bill you're on, it's relatively controversial. I'm sure you'll see it again, but if you have the Vote Spotter app, I'm sure you'll be able to track it. House Bill 1552. Now, you know, we've talked almost since I've been on the board about enacting a permanent fair funding formula. Well, House Bill 1552 last week, the Pennsylvania Senate passed, which made basic education funding formula permanent by almost unanimous vote. It would remove the politics from state school funding decisions, directing money to schools based on objective factors such as student enrollment, school district wealth, and capacity to raise local revenue. So, and in the House today, it also passed almost unanimously. So that's look, you know, we've been talking about a
It's like
funding
upside
formula.
down world.
Yeah, the bizarro
Well,
world.
now they're gonna fund it.
Right. So, you know, being able to disperse based on these factors is a huge win. I mean, almost every legislative report we've talked about fair funding. This, I think, is a good first step, and just like Jennifer said, the next step, though, is putting the water in the tub, right? You know, you have to be able to fund the schools adequately. So that's our next fight, and as you know, we will be fighting. On June 20th, we have representatives from the Education Law Center coming to our meeting to kind of give us an update on the Supreme Court hearing. That'll be very informative. It's a great group of young and aggressive lawyers fighting for educational policy. And I have a few other things, but I'll conclude there.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Comments from citizens regarding non-agenda items. You can ask anything you want.
Just so you don't feel lonely.
I'm not lonely.
Well, nobody was asking anything, you know. How's the bus lot going?
No
Any
names.
nibbles at all?
No,
None.
Well, we're not gonna get to
unfortunately
that.
not.
All right. Anybody else? Nothing? Okay. Thanks, folks. Education Committee meeting, 6:30, this room on Wednesday. Super important. You want to be the first to know about our 9th grade academy. And then June 20th, Committee of the Whole, and then June 27th. June 27th is when Ed Law is coming, right? Not the 20th.
No, I thought it was June 20th. I thought it was, no,
I think,
it was our June committee meeting.
okay. All right.
And the
The
budget
20th.
committee.
Yeah, restate the budget since it's now going to be advertised.
Oh, and when was the budget meeting?
When we set it for?
The 8th.
June 8th, we will have a budget meeting where we will look further into making a good, educated guesstimate on what we will have to work with. Did I say that fair enough? All right. I guess we don't, can I end it?
No, we
I
don't.
can't end
You-
it.
you
It's
just-
over. We're done. Thanks for coming, everybody.